Now 15.6 डायरेक्ट मेमोरी एक्सेस DMA, ये ख़ास स्पेशल चिप होती है DMA की, ठीक है ना। और इसका मेन यूज़ होता है कि हाई स्पीड डेटा ट्रांसफ़र, ठीक है। हाई स्पीड डेटा ट्रांसफ़र से मुराद है कि फ्रॉम वन डिवाइस टू अनदर डिवाइस यू वांटेड टू सेंड द डेटा विद द हाई स्पीड without using the microprocessor brain. That means without using the microprocessor time and energy, one can transfer the data from one device, that is one memory location, to another memory location, because the main concept is what, only copy and pasting. In DMA, microprocessor release the control of bus to the device, okay, of DMA, and then that device of DMA take the control, become the master, and transfer the data from one device to another device. Okay, the controller manage the data transfer between the memories and peripheral under its control, and thus bypassing the microprocessor. Conceptually, this is important input-output techniques. It introduced two new signals available to the 8085, known as a hold and hold acknowledgement. Hold, this is an active high input signal to the 8085 from the another master. Here another master is nothing but DMA, requesting to use the address and data buses. After receiving the hold request, microprocessor relinquishes the buses in the following machine cycle. Whatever he is doing in a current machine cycle will be completed. In the next machine cycle, he will relinquish the buses. Which buses? Address buses and data buses to the another master. All buses are tri-stated, and the hold acknowledgement, ALD, hold acknowledgement, sent out from the microprocessor to the next master or to the DMA chip. Okay, na? This is an active high device signal, whereas the hold is active low signal. This indicates that microprocessor has relinquished the control of buses. The DMA use these signals as if it's were the peripheral requesting microprocessor for the control of the buses. The microprocessor communicate with the controller by using the chip select lines, buses, and the control signal. However, once the controller has gained the control, it became its own master. Okay, to perform this function, DMA controller should have data bus, address bus, okay, data bus, address bus, read write control logics, and control signals to disable its role as a peripheral and enable itself as a processor. That means DMA will show itself as a processor to the peripheral who wanted to transfer the data from one location to the another location. This process is called switching from slave mode to the master mode. Okay, all the practical purpose of DMA is a processor capable only for copying the data. It does not do anything apart from the copying data at high speed from one location to another location. Now, 8237 is DMA controller peripheral device chips. So, this is a programmable direct memory access controller, houses for the 40 pin package. It has a 4 independent channel, that is the main important thing. It has a 4 independent channel with each channel capable of transferring 64 kilobyte of data at a time. It must interface with the two types of devices. First is the microprocessor itself, another is a peripheral such as floppy disk, hard disk, or some type of memory chips. As mentioned before, first role of DMA, there are two role of DMA play by the DMA system. One is become the input output for the microprocessor, where it perform like a slave, and it is a data transfer processor to the peripheral. Second role is that to transfer the data from processor to the peripheral, such as floppy disk or another memory chips or saving devices. Many of the signal that are input in input mode becomes the output in processor modes. This way it can save the input lines and becomes a 40-pin package IC. It has additional signals to communicate with the addresses of 64 kilobytes. These signals generate externally by using the latch and buffers. 8237 is a complex device. To maintain the clarity, DMA system has divided into 5 segments. DMA channel interfacing, DMA signals, system interfacing, programming with 8237. This way the whole topic of DMA divided into the 5 segments. We will see first DMA channel interfacing. As we have discussed, 8237 has 4 independent channels. Channel number 0 to channel number 3, that means 0, 1, 2, 3. This way it has 4 independent channels. Internally, 2 16-bit registers are associated with each channel. As you can see, there are 2 16-bit registers associated with the channel 0, channel 1, channel 2 and channel 3. Okay. Now, as you can see, we will have, due to this, 8 registers as that can access by the microprocessor. The addresses of these registers can be determined by the 4 address lines A0 to A3. The chip select lines are selected by A4 to A7 address line, which are kept as a 0 for selecting DMA chip. Now, for selecting the channel 1 or may I say channel 0 memory address register, we have to write 0001. Okay, this way we are going to have the total number of 16 bits. Next channel will be at 002 or like that it will go. Now, total number will go from 00, since it has a 0 over here, this total value resulted into 0, and whatever the address value we will get, so it goes from 00 to 0F mask register. Now,
so मैम ये जो तो ये जो मतलब 0 से लेके
0F तक मैं बता रही हूँ, ये रही 00
मैम 00 से लेके 0F तक जाएगा ना ये?
हाँ, यू कैन सी ओवर हियर, ठीक है ना, ये 00 से यहाँ स्टार्ट हो गया और ये 0F तक पहुँच गया. Now, DMA signal, there are some DMA signal associated with microprocessor. One group of signal shown to the left of the 8237, which are interfacing with the microprocessor. Second group shown on the right hand side of the 237, communicating with the peripheral. So, in this way, these are all signals that communicate with the 8085, whereas these are the signal which are going to communicate with the peripheral. Okay. Now we will see first DREQ 0 to DREQ 3. These are over here DREQ 0 to DREQ 3. These are the request signal. Okay. These are the request signal. 4 independent channel have 4 request signal. To obtain the DMA services, a request is generated by activating any of the DREQ lines of the channel. If you wanted to use channel 2, you have to activate DREQ 2, or if you wanted to activate 0th channel, you have to activate DREQ 0. This way these lines are worked. Next we have DACK 0 to DACK 3. These are the acknowledgement output from the DMA to the peripheral. That means they have granted their request. If I had activated the DREQ channel for the request that I wanted to use this channel as a peripheral, then the peripheral get reply or acknowledgement by DACK 2. Apart from this, we have ENE signal and address stop signal. ENE matlab address enable and AD STB matlab address stop signal. These are active high output signal that are used to latch the higher order of 16-bit address line to generate total 16-bit address when required to access the 16-bit address of any peripheral. Main concept is that we use only 8-bit, that is this 8-bit data line. Apart from this, we have A0, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7. These are lower address bus of the microprocessor which work for communication between the microprocessor and 8237. But when we need to communicate with the memories or peripherals which has 16-bit address bus, then we require high order of high order buses, right, which are given by the latch, and that latch is generated using these two main signal. I will show you in the next topic how these are going to work. We have total diagram.
Ma'am, can you repeat this?
Okay. As you can see over here, A0 to A3 lower byte of the address bus plus A4 to A7, total 8 bytes of the lower byte of the address bus we are using to communicate with the 237. Okay, you can see from here also A0, A1, A2, A3 are used to select the register, which register you wanted to select from 00 to 0F, and these are used for the chip select. But when we that means we have a 8-bit address line directly connected from the microprocessor to the DMA chip. But when we are when the DMA itself become a master and wanted to communicate the other peripheral which has a 16-bit address lines, then we need higher order address buses, that means A8 to A15. At that time we are going to use latches, and that latch will enable with these two signals. These are two important signal, okay? Address enable latch and address stop signal. These two signal will provide the another 8-bit higher order address bus. Apart from this, we have memory read and memory write signals. These are the output signal during the DMA cycle to write or read from the memory. Okay, lower address bus I already shown you. Okay, then there is the HRQ and HLDA, one of the main important signal. When the DMA requests the 8085 to have the address bus and the data bus, it sends the HRD that goes to the hold input of the 8085. It goes to the hold input of the 8085. That means hold pin is connected to HRQ, and 8085 hold acknowledgement is returned from the 8085 to the 8237. That means microprocessor has requenched the address data bus for the use of DMA signal. When it received by DMA transfer its role from being a peripheral to the master. Now we will see the next topic is the system interfacing. Okay, now DMA is used to transfer the data byte between the input output such as floppy disk and the system memory from memory to memory at high speed. Main its work is just being a copy pasting without using the microprocessor time or communication skill. It includes 8 data lines, that is D0, DB0 to DB8. We have seen DB0 to DB7. 4 signals. Which are these 4 signals? Memory read, memory write, input output read, input output write. Apart from this, it has 8 line address bus, which are A0 to A7. However, it needed to have 16 address line to access 64 kilobytes of memory. Therefore, additional 8-bit address line has to be generated, and that is what we going to use this 2 signal address enable and address stub signal. And how we are going to use, we will see now here. Okay, when we are needed to access 16-bit address bus, how we are going to use these 2 signals of enable, address enable and address stub to communicate with the 16-bit address peripherals. Okay. When the transfer began, DMA places lower byte on the address bus and a higher byte on the data bus and exert the ANE signal. The lower byte of address bus put on the address bus and higher byte of data address, that is A8 to A15 is putted by the D0 to D7 over here data bus to assert the enable, और enable को वो activate करता है, and the stop bus और stop को भी activate करता है. Third, it places the 16 birds on the address bus. After transferring of the first byte, the latch is updated when the lower byte generate a carry, that is borrow. Lower byte generate a carry, that is borrow. One latch, that is this 373 first hashtag first, to latch the high order address bus from data bus by using AEN enable and stop signal. The second latch demultiplex the 8085 buses and generate the lower address bus by using the ALE signal of the 8085. तो ये सेकेंड लैच का ALE सिग्नल कहाँ से आता है? इट कम्स फ्रॉम दी माइक्रो प्रोसेसर 8085. The AEN is connected to OE of the second latch to disable the lower address bus from the 8085 when the first latch is enabled to latch the high order of the address bus. That means when it active when we kept it 1, okay, the second latch start acting, and when it becomes 0, the first latch start acting. This way the lower byte is transferred by 373 hashtag 2 and the higher byte is transferred by 373 hashtag 1. ठीक है, यहाँ तक समझ में आया? नाउ वी विल गो फॉर द प्रोग्रामिंग ऑफ 8237. बाउंस ऑफ गया क्या?
मैम ये हैशटैग वाला फिर से समझाइए ना, कैसे जाता है?
पहले वो लोअर बाइट को रखता है, हायर बाइट को रखता है नीचे वाले पे, और फिर वो ऊपर वाले पे लोअर बाइट को रखता है. और जब एनेबल पिन ALE आता है 8085 से, तो वो इसको एक्टिवेट करता है ताकि ये पहला निकल जाए. ठीक है ना, ये लोअर बाइट निकल जाने के बाद हायर बाइट नीचे रखा है ना उसने, इसको एक्टिवेट कर देता है, इसको वो 0 कर देता है. 0 करते ही साथ इसका 1 हो जाता है, इसका 1 यानी इसको एनेबल कर देता है. इसको एनेबल करते ही साथ जो नीचे की लाइन रहती है हायर बाइट की लाइन, वो ये प्रोवाइड करता है ना, मास्टर ये बनता है ना, तो वो तब सेकेंड लाइन को वो पुट ऑन करता है A0 to A7 में. तो मेन जो A15 to A18 है ना, ये बसेस इस्तेमाल में ही नहीं लेता है. ये बसेस किसकी है? माइक्रो प्रोसेसर की है. तो ये बसेस का वो इस्तेमाल ही नहीं करता है. वो इसी बस के ऊपर दोनों बिट भेजता है. पहले इस बिट को भेजता है, सॉरी इस बिट को भेजता है सेकेंड लैच करके, और फिर फर्स्ट लैच के ज़रिए भेजता है. ठीक है, प्रोग्रामिंग विद 8237. ठीक है ना, 8237 के साथ में किस तरीके से प्रोग्रामिंग की जाती है, I will show you. So there are some steps. To initialize the 8237 we need to have a control word. जैसे कि अभी आपको पता चली गया होगा, जितने पेरिफेरल्स हैं सबके लिए आपको कंट्रोल वर्ड की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. तो यहाँ पे भी आपको एक कंट्रोल वर्ड की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी. ठीक है ना. राइट अ कंट्रोल वर्ड इन अ मोड रजिस्टर, सेलेक्ट द चैनल and specify the type of transfer you wanted to do, जैसे read, write or verify. DMA mode, block or single byte. Okay, write the control word in the command register that specify the parameters such as priority amongst the 4 channel, which channel you wanted to use first and second or third. उसके बाद request and request acknowledgement activation, timing and enabling of the 8237. Now this time what my suggestion is that only just remember the steps. You need not to go for the programming, okay, because they do not ask the programming. They ask basically the DMA execution, that is slave mode and master mode, which is the last of this topic. I will show you. Now start writing the address bus of the data block to be transferred in the channel memory address, that is MAR. Write the count in the channel count register and you start. Now this, they have given a example of the initializing DMA signal, okay, but I am not interested in this. I am interested in this because this question is I remember to be repeated. Programming of DMA they never ask, but execution or its two modes usually asked. Which are the two modes? How the slave mode DMA worked and how it worked as a master mode. In slave mode, DMA control treat as a peripheral using the following steps. Which are these steps? These. Microprocessor select the DMA control using the chip select. That means it will keep the A4 to A7 line 0 so that the chip select signal can be given to the DMA. Microprocessor write the control word, okay, in the channel register and command word in the command register by using the control signal memory read and memory write. In this mode, the output of the signal 8237 such as A4 to A7 and memory read write are in a tri-state mode. When DMA itself become a master, okay, at that moment after initialization DMA become a master mode. Keep the checking for the DMA request whether any peripheral needs its request, okay. Then follow the steps. When the peripheral is ready for the data transfer, it send the high signal of the data request. When the data request has been received, the channel is enabled and the control logic is set to the HREQ, that is given this HREQ signal to the 8085 using the hold request or sending the hold to the 8085. As I had already told you, the HRE is connected to hold signal of 8085. Now in the next cycle, microprocessor replenish the buses and send the hold acknowledgement signal to 8237. After receiving hold acknowledgement, DMA assert ANE signal high. The high AEN, that is address enable signal, disable the latch 2, that is upper latch, and thus disconnecting the demultiplexer bus of A0 to A7 of microprocessor or enabling the lower latch, that is 373 latch 1 through the inverter. Next, DMA assert the address stop signal high, that is connected to the latch 1 and place the content of data bus, which is the higher order of the starting address of A8 to A15. At the same time, DMA also put the lower byte data bus A0 to A7 on the lower address buses. When the entire 16-bit bus is available on the address bus, DMA send the DAC signal to the peripheral, that is acknowledgement signal. The DMA controller continues the data transfer by asserting the necessary control signal, which are input read, input write, memory read, memory write, until the DAC is remain high. At the end of the data transfer, DMA assert the end process signal low, that can be used to inform the peripheral that data transfer is complete, and the DMA transfer data can be transferred. DMA data transfer can be terminated by sending the low signal to the EOP from the outside. DMA replenish its address bus data bus back to the 8085 and became in a slave mode.